Morning everyone, and welcome to technical analysis for XRP and Bitcoin on the 28th of February, the last day of the financial year. Let's jump right into the charts. Looking at the weekly chart on Bitcoin, you can see that it's been rejected from the 21 moving average and then it started dropping. This was also sort of in correlation with the war news. And then it made that big wick on Friday, which is not exactly bullish at this stage. Sure, a long wick to the bottom is more bullish than bearish, but in this sort of market at the moment, I wouldn't say that is super bullish. You can also see that it's now trading on a red 2. So if this candle had to go below the wick of last week's candle, which is 34,300, that would be a sell signal on a longer term. That would be a very difficult sell, because that would mean you would be selling at quite a low when the markets drop something like 70% and it's in a support zone. So I'm not sure who's going to have the balls to sell that. XRP is still on the weekly scale looking better than Bitcoin for me. You can see that from March 2021, for more than a year now, it's still making higher lows. It is still in the support zone with a long wick at the bottom. You can see the RSI is making that divergence. Negative, or the correlation with Bitcoin, does mean that it was also rejected at the 21 moving average, and it had the same sort of price action. If you look at the stock market, you can see that the stock market is absolutely wild. You can see there's a massive capitulation during a few days, and then it had this huge bump, and then it rolled over and this massive bump again. So, and this was all the war. What is strange, this is the moment that Putin invaded Ukraine. You can see the market, for some reason, was super bullish and just bumped up in 2 days. That's 6%. Now, this made no sense to me personally, because I don't see why a war would be a positive. And announcing sanctions, imagine you're a business and you're saying, well, one of my big clients, so Russia is a big client of America, we're just not going to do business with you any longer. We're going to that's going to impact the revenues. That's going to impact the businesses. So I'm not sure why the people saw that as a positive. And now, to make matters worse, they want to cut them off the banking system and all that. I just do not see how this could be a positive on the stock market. So the futures have opened last night, and you can see that it opened with a massive drop. I'm just going to go on a smaller time frame. You can see this gap in the futures. Some people are starting to realize, I'm hoping, that this is not a good thing. You can see the same happening in the dollar. The dollar is pumping, and it's still on course for becoming 100 on the Dixie. And I just remember it is starting to make higher highs with lower highs on the RSI, so it's actually showing a bit of weakness as well. I still think the dollar is on its way to 100 by mid-May, and this will affect the crypto prices as we go along. Over to the bot trading, you can see that in 2 videos ago I explained that my settings were more bearish towards 20 on the 30-minute chart. This did work out quite well. As you can see, that the last buy was here around this area, which happened to be there, and then it sold. I sold out a little bit earlier, but I did see some people had their settings on 80, and you can actually see some of those results. I think the highest result was 18% trade. One of the reasons my settings are bearish is I'm starting to test this out, that once we are below the 50-day moving average, I put the settings more bearish, and when it is above the 50-day moving average, I'll put it more bullish. So at the moment we are below the 50-day moving average, so I will keep a bearish settings in the meantime. So all in all, I think we are still in a bearish environment and not a bullish environment because of the rejections of the 21 moving average. I think the war is not over, and I don't see why this could be a positive for the stock market. In my personal capacity, I am in a 60-40% position where 60% is in crypto and 40% is in cash. Me being a full bear is if I go 50-50, I'll never sell more than 50% of my crypto because, you know, things change very rapidly. If you like this content, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.